How do Shabbat rituals like Havdalah explain its meaning? Have you ever wondered how the rituals of Shabbat, especially Havdalah, convey its deeper significance? Let's take a closer look at this beautiful tradition. Havdalah is a special ritual that marks the end of Shabbat. The word Havdalah means separation, which highlights its role in distinguishing the sacred time of Shabbat from the ordinary days of the week. During Havdalah, several key elements come into play, each carrying its own meaning. First, there is the blessing over wine. Wine is often associated with and celebration. When participants bless and drink the wine, they acknowledge the happiness and sanctity experienced during Shabbat. This act helps carry that joyful spirit into the upcoming week. Next, we have the blessing over spices, known as besamim. Aromatic spices, like cinnamon, are used to representing the lingering sweetness of Shabbat. When participants smell these spices, it serves as a sensory reminder of the peace and holiness that Shabbat brought. This helps keep the memory of Shabbat alive as they transition back to daily life. Then there is the blessing over the Havdalah candle. This candle is usually multi-wicked, creating a bright, braided flame. The light symbolizes the uniqueness of Shabbat's sacred time, illuminating the difference between the holy and the everyday. The flame also represents the vitality of the human soul and the divine presence that Shabbat brings. The ritual concludes with the act of separation, where the candle is extinguished in the wine. This action symbolizes the end of Shabbat's special time and the beginning of the regular week. It marks a clear boundary between sacred and ordinary time. These elements engage multiple senses: taste, smell, sight, and speech, making the transition from Shabbat to the week a vivid experience. This approach reflects the Torah's emphasis on remembering and honoring Shabbat through concrete actions. From the perspective of Jewish scripture, Havdalah embodies the commandment to remember the Shabbat day and keep it holy. It formally recognizes the end of Shabbat while teaching that holiness should be respected even as it fades away. Practically, Havdalah helps individuals and families carry the spiritual gifts of Shabbat into their week. It reminds them to seek moments of holiness and rest amid their daily responsibilities. Additionally, it serves as a communal moment of reflection and hope, often ending with wishes for a good week ahead. In essence, Havdalah ritualizes the transition from sacred to ordinary time. It uses symbolic elements to preserve the spiritual essence of Shabbat as one re-enters the world. This beautiful ritual not only marks the end of Shabbat but also encourages a continuous acknowledgement of the sanctity of time throughout the week.